A dark cloud came over the perfect world of Chip and Joanna Gaines, a world built on hopes and dreams, when shocking news about Joanna changed everything. It was a private fight suddenly made public that left Chip Gaines and millions of fans and wondering what would happen next. This surprise turn would force a choice that shook their business to its core. In late 2022, Joanna Gaines aired, with the world that she was getting better from an unexpected back surgery. This was not a small problem. It was related to a long-time back problem that had been getting worse over the years. She posted on Instagram about getting better, showing a photo of herself in a hospital bed. This moment showed a different side of the beloved designer, a side that was weak and human. Fans saw Joanna, the strong creative person behind their business, in a hospital bed. This was very different from her usual energetic self, often seen moving quickly throughout home fixing projects. Chip, known for his jokes and endless energy, found himself in a place he could not fix with tools or paint. He was not on a job site or in front of a camera, but beside a hospital bed facing something beyond his usual skills. The news shook him deeply. This moment showed a big difference between their public image of easy success and the very real personal struggles they faced. The public had grown used to seeing them as the picture of perfection, but this event showed a different, more breakable reality, drawing huge sympathy from their fans. Came together around her, sharing in comments and tears, feeling a deep connection to their favorite couple facing a hard time. Joanna's health scare did not just pause their plans, it forced a complete stop. Chip had to look hard at his life, their business, and what really mattered. Their 5 children, Dracula, Duke, Emmy, and little crew, needed him more than ever, and so did Jonathas. Event acted as a powerful sign, making them think again about their intense work-life balance and consider putting family and personal health above their quickly growing business interests. Led to a decision that would shock many and change the direction of their famous business, a choice born from deep thinking about what was really important. Jonah Lee Stevens was born in Wichita, Kansas in April 1978. She has a mixed background, being half Korean and half Lebanese German. Growing up, she often felt different and out-offless, especially in Kansas and Austin. When her family moved to Waco, Texas, she was a teenager. Her father, Jerry Stevens, a hard-working U.S. Army veteran, opened a Firestone tire shop. Her mother, Nan, raised Joanna and her siblings with quiet strength, keeping Korean traditions live in a country that often overlooked them. As a child, Joanna was bullied for her looks, which stayed with her for years, but something changed in Waco. She started to find her rhythm and was even voted homecoming queen, not by trying to fit in, but perhaps by stopping to try so hard. Joanna studied communications at Baylor University. Her big dream was not about wood walls or open kitchens. Wanted to be a news reporter on camera. She worked at TV and radio stations in Waco, and even spent Ismster in New York City working behind scenes at 48 Hours with Dan Rather. Her voice was quiet, but her ambition was strong. Her path seemed set for broadcast journalism, a world far removed from home fixing. Then something unexpected happened. She met Chip Gaines. He first saw her in commercials for her dad's Firestone tire shop and recognized her when he walked into the shop one day in 2001. The two started dating. Their first date almost did not lead to a second, as Chip was an hour and a half late and did not say sorry. Jonah, who usually liked quieter guys at first, thought Chip was a bit crazy with all his big business ideas. Their second date was even delayed 4 months because Chip had made a bet with his roommate about who could wait. Lungerto called their dates back. Despite these rocky beginnings, Joanna finally realized she enjoyed how Chip saw the world with unused potential. It helped her better see her own potential. This near stranger brought out a side of her she did not know existed. They dated for a year before Chip asked her to marry him. He surprised her by to take her to a concert, but instead of her to a shopping center where he asked her to marry him, then took her to design her own engagement ring. The surprises continued with their families waiting to congratulate them at dinner 2 years after meeting. They married in Waco in 2003. Just like that, Joanna's life took a sharp turn from broadcast journalism. Tahu's flippin' at first. It was a small side job. They fixed up homes around Wacoin. 2003, the same year they married, they opened a tiny retail shop called Magnolia Market, selling home goods that showed Joanna's style: neutral colors, rustic textures, cozy simplicity. Jonah started blogging about their renovation. She's were not fancy posts, just heartfelt writings about paint colors, flooring choices, and family life. This genuine sharing about their lives and work, rather than a polished corporate strategy, was what first got attention. There, a way Joanna shared their journey, connected deeply with people, creating a connection that felt real and reached. Personal touch became the foundation of the Magnolia brand. Those little blog posts sparked something bigger. A producer from High Noon Entertainment found her writing and asked if Chip would shoot a sizzle reel, a short video, to pitch a show idea. That reel turned into Fixer Upper, which hit HGTV in May 2013. It launched into a full season by April 2014. What happened next, honestly, no one saw coming. Fixer Upper exploded. Suddenly, millions were obsessed with Joanna's farmhouse chic style wood walls, barn doors, and clawfoot tubs. Her designs did not scream at you, they whispered comfort, safety, and home. This emotional connection to her designs beyond just looks explained the show's huge popularity. In fact, by 2018 Zillow found that homes with style features were selling for an average of 30% more than expected. That is not just influenced by this power. The city of Waco changed it to what had once been an overlooked town was now a destination. Phone flew in to see Magnolia Market at Silos, to grab cupcakes from Thibakari, to feel like they were stepping gento. The world Joanna and Chip had built shows, success went beyond television, creating a big economic and cultural impact, turning their vision into a national phenomenon. But they were not done building. In 2016, they launched Magnolia Journal, a lifestyle magazine with a thoughtful, honest, beautiful tone. By 2017, Jonah partnered with Target and rolled out the Hearth and Hand with Magnolia collection with 300 pieces from bedding to kitchenware, landing in stores nationwide. Came a collaboration with Anthropology. In February 2019, still not done, they opened a coffee shop, a restaurant, a baking company, and eventually their own television network, Lit, that sync in their own network. In April 2020, a special teased what would become Magnolia Network, replacing the DIY network entirely. The official launch took place on January 5, 2022. Headlining the revival were shows like Fixer Upper Welcome Home, followed by Fixer Upper The Castle in 2022, and Fixer Upper The Hotel in 2023. Chip Gaines probably did not know Tone Day. Millions of people would watch him transform broken down houses into dream homes on national television, but the road to Magnolia was not paved with wood walls and sunshine. It was bumpy. Full off all starts when Chip was 8. His family packed up and moved to Cockleyville, Texas. At Grapevine High School, he found his rhythm on the baseball field, playing second and third base. Dreaming big, he enrolled at college, still chasing that baseball future. And then came that moment. A scout from Baylor University, Mickey Sullivan, noticed him. That kind of break changes everything. Well, not always. Chip transferred to Baylor for his sophomore year, and then the rug got pulled. Mickey Sullivan retired just like that, and without his advocate, Chip was cut from the team. But Chip did not give up Hecking's direction. He stayed at Baylor, earned a degree in business administration in 1998, and somewhere along the way had discovered a different kind of hustle, flipping houses while most college students were trying to get by. Chip was already hammering nails and turning old properties into profit. He had several small ventures early in his 20s, including a wash and fold laundry business he ran with friends and a landscape company. He once made almost $30.0 profit on a project which felt like a huge success at the time, showing his early business spirit. Then in 2001, everything changed again. He met Joanna Stevens. 2 years later, they were married. That partnership, it became the foundation of an empire. They were not just flipping houses anymore, but building something far bigger. Chip brought the raw business-driven risk-taking and hands-on renovation skills, while Joanna brought the artistic vision and relatable storytelling individual talents. When combined, created a unique and powerful brand identity. Their marriage was not just a personal bond, but the very engine of their professional growth. Back then, there were no cameras, no fans, just a husband and wife grinding away in Waco, Texas, fixing up homes, managing ASML staff, juggling up to 30 contractors at a time. Picture this: no spotlight, just sweat and sawdust and stubborn determination. And then came Fixer Upper. It started with a pilot episode in May 2013. Then season 1 aired in April 2014. Fast forward a few years and the show became a cultural phenomenon. By the time the final season launched in November 2017, Chip and Joanna were household names. But it was not just the TV fame. Fixer Upper sparked a design revolution. Suddenly every farmhouse, chic wood walls, sold-out barn doors were booming. Zillow even reported that homes featuring style seen on the show sold for 30% more than expected. And Waco, it transformed what used to be just another Texas town become a tourist magnet, all because a couple with a vision turned renovation into storytelling. But it has not been all sunshine and home decor. In 2016, the Gaines family was criticized for their association with Antioch Community Church, an evangelical covenant whose pastor openly opposite same-sex marriage and supported conversion therapy. The backlash was swift, sharp, and public for a brand built in an image of comfort and family value. This controversy represented a big threat to their public imagined fan trust. Then, in 2017, they settled with the Environmental Protection Agency after failing to comply with lead paint safety regulations. During renovation, she paid a $40.0 fine, publicly said sorry, and promised to do better. She and Chip have 5 kids: Drake, Ella, Duke, Emmy, and crew. Their lives are mostly private and protected. Joanna's role has shifted from aspiring journalist to third businesswoman, designer, and author. Has written bestsellers, memoirs, cooks, children's books, and a home's eyes nide guide. Their commitment to family and marriage often took precedence over their booming business. Joanna has shared that in their 20 years of marriage, Japan, she have experienced times when LOP felt lost and circumstances wear out of their control. Chip also said they have had their challenges, but they are aligned sweetly and have always been there for each other. When adversity came, they would get together like a little team to solve a problem. Chip and Joanna committed early on that their relationship as a couple was the most important variable. They did not want to redline or run so hard after some dream or some goal only to find out they had neglected their marriage. And familithis was a big reason they decided, toned fixer-upper at the peak of its popularity. In 2017 they prayed about it and felt it was the right decision for their family, even if it was risky for their business and Waco's economy. There were rumors about Chip having a heart attack in 2017, but these were not verified by reputable sources known as that Chip has faced through their health challenges. He opened up about being 20 pounds overweight and suffering tendonitis in his ankle. While training for his first marathon, he was told to give up the marathon for a shorter race, but he is just not built that way. He learned that failure was every bit a part of the journey, and Thoth was resolved to accomplish his goals. When injured in December 2022, that cracked Joanna underwent a major back surgery related to a long-standing spinal issue. She had a microdiscectomy, a surgical procedure to treat a herniated disc in her spine. This was her second such procedure. The body in this case served as a powerful messenger, forcing her to confront the need for rest. Andrea Valuashin-Jonah hurt her back in high school from cheerleading, specifically during a basket toss. She has been dealing with this injury ever since her first microdiscectomy was in 2001 when she was first dating Chip, and the procedure even forced her to cancel their second date. The 2022 surgery was on another disc, but it was the same type of procedure. This chronic and recurring nature of hair injury highlights that it was not just a random ailment, but a consistent signal from her body that her high-output lifestyle might boon sustainable. Ablation joked that her back always acts up at the most inconvenient times, and the timing of the 2022 surgery right before the busy holiday season was a bit stressful. However, Joanna found silver linings in her recovery period she was really grateful for. The forced rest during the busiest time of the year sheckled at a gift to simply stay put, stare at the wonder all around, and just be still. In 2021, the year before that second surgery, Joanna felt overwhelmed by all her projects. She realized she needed to focus on her well-being first. She wrote that a well that is only ever impeded cannot outlast a drought, and she had to figure out what would pull her out of the grind. She turned her attention to activities that nurtured her soul, like reading, gardening, cooking, and spending time in nature. She learned that the more she invested in herself, the more she had to give. When Jonah her lesson, her back reminds her to slow down now. Picture this Chip, known for his energy and jokes and his identity as the hands-on fixer, found himself in unfamiliar territory. Not on a job site, not in front of a camera, but beside a hospital bed. Suddenly, the fixer fist, something he could not fix with paint and power tools, and it shook him. This created a powerful contrast between Chip's public persona and his private reality, forcing him into a passive, supportive role. Joanna's health scare did not just pause their plans at Forsada, full stop. Chip had to take a hard look at his life, their business, and what really mattered: their 5 kids. Dracula, Duke, Emmy, and little crew needed him more than ever, and so did Jonah. This profound realization, triggered by Joanna's vulnerability, became the ultimate catalyst for Chip's monumental audition. So Chip did what seemed impossible. He stepped away from the cameras, from the bright spotlight, from the empire they had poured everything into. This was not easy, saying goodbye to Fixer-Upper and Magnolia's constant public presence was never part of their original plan. The immense difficulty of this choice highlights the magnitude of his sacrifice, underscoring the deeper personal and professional cost. Why did it do it? Because sometimes family is not just the most important thing, it is the only thing. This was not about business anymore, it was about love, survival, and slowing down before life forced them. Tovan Hartithier story, it is far from over. The Magnolia network is still going strong, a testament to the universe they build. Shows like Fixer-Upper, Welcome Home, Fixer-Upper, The Castle, and Fixer-Upper Hotel continued to air in 2023. They opened Hotel 1928 in Waco, Texas, a project that felt like a statement, a reminder that no matter how tough life gets, they keep showing up, building and dreaming. However, many are quietly asking what comes next for the brand without Chip's constant public presence is big question. Keeping people up at night is whether all of this can still thrive without Chip out front. Chip and Joanna seem to be shifting their gaze not toward the next big launch, but inward toward family, home, and the life they have always said matters most. After years of filming schedules, business expansions, and living in the public ethos, hustle can wear anyone down. Jonah herself has admitted that the chaos in her life has grown uncomfortable, and she plans to pull back from her oversized workload at Magnolia. She is taking to reflect and find clarity. Even if itis uncomfortable lease includes preparing for her children to leave for college, wanting to be Ellen for those moments. Journey of Chip and Joanna Gaines means everyone that behind every spotlight is a real family, facing real battles and making impossible choices with grace. Their story shows that lasting success is not just measured by fame or fortune, but by the unwavering live support and family they have built together. Whether this is a goodbye or just a pause, one thing is clear: love, resiliency, and family always come first.